Now what we are doing is to remove the hard-coded elements in our BIM metadata compiler, because Claude Code is dreaming again. It admitted last night that it has hard-coded information such as this, which will replace with variables, of course, with objects that will call from metadata. Having them in metadata free us from the code, and we merely change the metadata, which can be managed by an editor, a compiler editor. So it's going through this process. This Claude Code Opus 4.6. It can do multi-agentic tasks concurrently, and this we have to watch very carefully. We have the philosophy here, which describe the problem. So I call this towards a smart GUI, graphical user interface, and here's the issues that we face, and I'm using the Rosetta Stone concept, which you have a real reference and try to produce it through the compiler to return a 100% result. But like mentioned earlier, there was some cheating admitted by Claude Code where they hard-coded the values in SQL at least, but now I'm seeing code also. So I would like all of that to be removed. And of course, we are ready then to attack the market, which is controlled, monopolized by AUTODESK, as well as the other big vendors like Oracle and SAP, where they have divide and rule over the construction, architecture, from drawing to the costing market. So after about a week or so proving the Rosetta Stone as the breakthrough, and now I also have a proof of concept about 2 days ago that we can produce 2D and exporting. Let me show you that we do have a 2D success, the 2D layout. The output, I do not get them here. You must have archived them here. So here's a floor plan. So you can see that achieving this is quite remarkable. So I leave it for a while because this is already proven that it can produce this. Of course, I give it an exact case. This is this is the glass. You can see the actual building. Here it is. Let me show it to you that how everything come together. I have it in Blender, I believe. Extracted full blend. I think this can be sufficient. Alright, I just have to open it again. It was not safe. And here's the standard house. Here it is. You can see it complete rendered. This is a output. That means it's gone through a compiler. But again, I said there was some cheating involved where many of the values are hard-coded. So now the challenge is to soft code all this metadata, and all these values can be adjusted to configurator later. So this is the next task. The Rosetta Stone is that I have an original IFC which I extracted into a database so that it becomes highly scalable and has all the indexing RDBMS capability involved in it. Let me go in here. And so I'm using these two Rosetta Stone as concept from a concept, what we call an intent 1D, this 2D, so which I showed in the previous video. Let me show you the roof plan. Okay, so in the roof plan you can see this is okay, acceptable, that it gives the curtain, it gives the hangover, right? And it also has a side that show the rear. It's not to my satisfaction, but I'll leave it at that. Okay, it was slanted, but what is this hanging there? I'll leave it at that and return back to the next biggest challenge, which is this. One thing good about Claude Code Opus 4.6, it can go on for a long time. You can see here at 12 minutes. Okay, doing things 12 minutes here, approaching 30 minutes, all on its own, from the traditional, different from the traditional ChatGPT or conversation where you have answers coming back within milliseconds. And this is not what we want. That's not what we want. What we want is a real pair programming assistant and AI having all the knowledge of the internet, what's stored in the internet for 35 years. And that is where the gap is. Whatever is not learned by the AI it will not be able to bring it to fruition. It will not be able to accomplish it. So that's what was the gap that I resolved with the 1D to 8D. I have a graph to show you all the relationship. You can imagine 1D, I show you 2D, this is a 3D, and then we have the 4D here, whereby you can find out the cost. I can generate, let me generate one. No structure elements found. So I have to go, you have to implement structure elements later. But I think I can do that perhaps for these duplex. Let me get to the duplex full blend. Okay, let's see whether I can have the full. So again, this is extracted from a Rosetta Stone approach, but I'm saying that once you have the 3D, then we can go for the 4D, 5D. Right. That's generate rebar. No, sorry, I went to the wrong part just now. Okay, so a schedule is generated. We look at the Excel. It's done within seconds. Here it is. So you can see, sorry, for the single story, I have generated this. So for the duplex, you can see that it will give you an MS Project schedule, and this can be pumped into MS Project easily. You give you a summary of the duration. It says the 27 tasks, 482 man days actually, and then you can have a full, all the steps have been, so these unknown, we have to map them eventually. No issue, AI augmented, assisted greatly in this, but of course I prompted the direction that it should go and produce quickly, and this is already known in his knowledge. So he has seen thousands of MS projects, and if you were to go to now the costing, the 5D, here BOQ here, so it's all in compliance with JKR, with Malaysian ringgit, payment terms, taxation, all the compliance, and you give a total cost, duplex cost 1.7 million. How interesting. And it can give you the work packages, professional, material summary, labor summary, equipment, and so forth. Right? So this kind of fidelity, we call it, is basically due to the fact that we have it all in digital format. Many other applications where they do imaging and 3D is not IFC this is the IFC. It must have all the objects classified, digitized, so that they can be measured. Yeah? And we have it in 3D Blender, this Blender BIM, Bonsai, where the BIM community of architects and construction take it to add on to Blender, which is already sponsored by NVIDIA and many other sponsors as an open source animation tool. It's a good platform as compared to free CAD, because like I showed in the background, I produce a 2D CAD. So let's see how's the coding getting on. Yeah, it's finished. So no changes. All metadata migration will be needed when we tackle categorize C. Okay, I will ask it what change, how could it fix, what change, is it testable at this stage, or do we proceed further before able to do that? Right, so if it's testable, we can then commit and then test it. So here's all the process. I'm giving you a bird's eye view of, I'm using Claude Code Opus 4.6, a subscription of $100 per month, but it is deterministic programming. Via programming, I did not touch a single Java code. I asked it to go for Java because of my background in ERP Java. I know its strength as compared to Python, its extensibility, and it's arranged a project under this Beam compiler into sub-projects to delay out DG compiler. Oops, is supposed to have the editor. Not yet, the editor is not created. He has to refactor everything first. It's taking already tested. Wow, you already tested. Interesting, isn't it? You mean the X-ray score is still at 100% or close? Short answer, please. Oops, what do you want to do? DB validation? No, I'm not reading. Yes, zero regression. Okay, update this to the should I say the audit of passing this stage. Commit, then proceed further. So this is a real good assistant. It does everything for you. You have to trust it because I meticulously go through its processes. Went through a lot. Like I said, it's blind spots where he has no prior knowledge, which due to my in-depth 4-decade-long experience in handling system, I'm able to tell it how to overcome certain things, which I can tell you, AI is just internet plus, you know, it's just the internet on steroids with a language model. It cannot answer questions that it does not store. It's garbage in, garbage out, GIGO, GIGO. So it has no intelligence. I can tell you, AI possesses no human intuition. Even though it achieves AGI, SI, or even singularity, it's only inferring information from pattern, abstracting. Yes, it can find new formulas and things like that. But, well, that's the debate for next time. So, okay, let's move from here. Let's see what's doing, and we'll pen off. Okay, what's, the audit must fit list is done. Extract. What's that? Create file for relation. Yes, as laid out in the audit. Boom. Sometimes it went ahead of itself and I had to stop it. It could just go on and finish everything within hours. But it takes me days to really go through everything. Okay, so that's it. I'm basically telling you how things are done. Maybe you have a better way. You can share under the comments. Thank you. Bye bye.